Because how is for you now? You did pretty extensive touring after the first record, but how is it for you? How do you find the space and maybe the rest and time to get maybe relaxed for writing? Is this two separate worlds for you, the touring and the? Or do you?
I mean, the thing is, we've got something going on all the time. Like when we're at home, we're in the studio practicing or writing all the time. So it's not like kind of 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and then 2 weeks of writing. We'll just literally, you know, if we've got a week off, we'll just say, you know, should we get together and jam like one day, and then if it goes well, should we work on this again tomorrow? And then sometimes we just have a few days where we just do other things. But it's not like we have set periods of time where we need to write. It's just a constant process, and you know, we'll write on tour, we'll have ideas, like we said, at home, just on our own, that we might want to work through. So it's just one big world. Just we're always focusing on it, we're always doing something to do with the band, whether we're on tour or not.
But what is the longest time that you don't see each other? Maybe, for example, the last year? Do you see each other all the time? Well, do you take times off sometimes?
When we just went on holiday, like we took, like obviously we just had the album come out, so we had kind of like a few weeks break where it was just like nothing going on just before it gets kind of like really busy. So Liam went on holiday with his girlfriend, and me and Alfie went on holiday as well. So I think that was, and we only went away for like a week. Liam went on holiday for a week, and that was like the longest I'd gone without seeing him ever. Like since I've known him, I hadn't gone a week without seeing him.
All right.
So that was very recently.
And you and Alfie went for a week after as well.
Yeah,
so.
And so that was kind of weird that we've known each other for like, you know, we've been about for like 4 years, and this is the first time ever that we've gone a week without seeing each other.
Yeah. Did you miss him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still emailing all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Still talking every day.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Of course, it's also nice, but maybe the downside of the whole touring life and that you have to work so hard on something is that you give away parts of your privacy, or don't you see it that way?
No, not really.
No.
Like we're just all kind of comfortable with each other, and we're all just best mates, really. Yeah, so.
Because we were friends, you know, kind of before the band, through the band, and we still are. Even if we aren't doing something to do with the band, we'll all hang out and like we'll go football together or we'll go out together. So we're just used to it, I guess. Like we've been through all the same experiences together, and we're all in the same boat together. So there's no real need to have anything like that private, I guess.
But does everybody enjoy it? Is it equally as much, or is?
I think so.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't ask the others though, because I'm like.
Yeah, well, we can ask them maybe next time. I was just wondering. We do also maybe want to talk about one song more in depth, if that's all right with you.
Okay.
I saw the Waiting Room is your newest single, so maybe if you can use that one as an example.
Yeah.
Can you recall who came up with the first riff or line?
Liam came up with like the basis of the song. It was actually that song came about really, really late in the writing process. It was one of the last songs that we wrote, literally just before we left to go to the studio.
A week before we started recording.
We kind of came up with that song. We thought we had the album done, and then that song kind of came in at the last minute, and we were like, wow, this song's great, like we definitely need to use it. So we ended up working on it literally like the last few days we spent at home before we went and recorded. And it ended up getting on the album, obviously, and now it's one of the singles as well. So it's kind of weird that it was like one of the last songs we wrote.
We did that on the first album as well, though, didn't we?
Yeah.
On the first album, there's a song called "These Days I Have Nothing" that we actually wrote in the studio, and we had a night off, and then we were just jamming, and we wrote this song. Like, this is really good. Let's put it on the album, and then that became a single. So maybe last-minute songs are the way to go.
But was this song did it have something in particular that wasn't presented on the album, or at least on the album as you thought?
I didn't think so. It wasn't like, oh, this is like a song that. No, not really, because it kind of follows the structure and like the sound of a lot of the other songs on the album. Yeah. It just felt like a great track. Like we just all really, really liked the track. We thought it was going to be a really strong song.
We didn't sit down and say this album's missing something, let's write a song. We were just, you know,
we thought the album was finished. Like we thought we had the album done.
But how many songs did you have at the time?
We had like 14, I think, and then
we had about 20 that got down to 14.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch, and then we kind of knew that we only wanted 10 on the album, so we had a few things to play around with.